Hi there, I'm Tracy Thomas from NationalHorseFarriers.com. We drive business to farriers across the country. Today I'm going to talk to you about how we can help you grow your business and about some really important things you must understand about your business accounting. Number 1, lifetime customer value. If you have repeat customers over a couple of years or more, you need to understand this metric, whether you're a dentist, a doctor, a farrier, a lawyer, a landscaper, or whatever. Number 2, cost of new customer acquisition. Your profitability and success depends on knowing this metric, what it costs to get a new customer, how long you keep that customer, and what they pay you over the lifetime of your relationship with that customer. There are 2 parts to this video. Part 1 covers off getting more business and what it's costing you. And Part 2 is about how we set you up for greater success with our Platinum system, a farrier lead generation system where we drive qualified calls to your phone. Let's look at this example to understand how much it costs you to get a new customer. I'll use shoeing as an example. So let's say you're charging about the national average for shoeing, say $125, and you see the horse 7 times a year. That's a value of $875 a year per horse. Now this customer happens to have 2 horses, and you'll service them. You figure your lifetime value of the client will extend across 2 years. So the lifetime value of that customer is probably over $3,500. Now, let's look at the cost to get that new customer. This is the cost of client acquisition. So we hear from a lot of farriers that they spend time networking. So if you spent 6 hours a month networking, talking to people, chatting, farming your area, which may or may not be effective, you've spent 6 hours of your time doing it, and that has to be accounted for as a cost. So at $35 per hour, I'll just use that as an example, times 6 hours of networking per month, the cost of your time is $210 per month to work on your sales efforts. So if you get a long-term client with 2 or more horses every 3 months as a result of your networking, the cost of getting that client is $630, and you're still making money. More the second year than the first year, obviously. Now, farriers who hit the income wall are either spending time tinkering with advertising, they're spending too much time driving, they're wasting time networking, and it's not resulting in sales, or they're spending money on websites and other ads, newspapers, without getting the results they're actually looking for. So they just can't find more horses. And you might be thinking that some of this sounds familiar. Did you know that this is an interesting tidbit. In the average 50-mile service area of a farrier, there are approximately 3,000 horses, but 3,000 horses. So when you understand this, you can get as much business as you want, and you can even cherry pick. So on any given day, there are 10 people in any 50-mile service area looking for a new farrier. One of those 10 calls is a 4-horse barn. Now we know this for a fact because we've taken over 4,000 requests for farriers from coast to coast in the last year and a half. So it's just a numbers game. So let's say you pay someone here's another option for you. Let's say you pay someone $20 for each new call right to your phone from a horse owner who needs a farrier. It could be a 1-horse garden ornament type of situation, maybe done twice a year, or it could be a 6-horse barn on a regular shoeing schedule. But you only want the good barns with 4 or more horses. So even if you gave away 9 of the 10 calls, because don't forget I said 1 in 10 is a 4-horse barn. So say you give away 9 out of 10 calls you've just paid for so that you can get just that one for the barn you want. It's still only costing you $200 to get $3,500 of business. And it's not costing you time. It's not costing you tinkering away with your ads or other advertising, since 1 in 10 is a top-rate barn. And you don't have to do anything except take the calls. And the hardest thing in any business to do is make the phone ring. When you don't have calls, you don't have business. And that's all we do. We make the phone ring so you can do the work that makes you money. And yes, now and then there'll be tire kickers and folks looking for horseshoes for the gun range and all that kind of stuff. But unless you're selling the shoes, you don't pay for those calls. Those are not farrier jobs. To qualify, they have to have an equine of some sort, horse, donkey, mule, and they have to be looking for a farrier. And since all the calls are recorded, you can check back for details if you don't have a pen handy. So you can't lose. This is exactly how anyone in a client service business gets business on autopilot. Lawyers, doctors, plumbers, electricians, they just buy the jobs. It's just that simple. In the next section, my colleague will show you how we can get your phone ringing. Talk to you later.